And welcome to episode 2 of Tall Poppy Chats. I am Alex, and we have Lige.
Hey.
And we have Mr. Jackson on the sound.
Hello.
Woo! We are all here again.
It's good to be back.
Oh, it's great to be back. We do enjoy Tall Poppy Chats. Last episode, we had a lot of fun.
We did. It was
Talk
awesome.
through the 7 baby steps. Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps.
Yeah.
Saving. And it's good to recap that stuff. So the 7 baby steps again. Number 1. Lige, come on, throw it at us.
What's it called? The $1,000.
Oh, yes.
$1,000 emergency fund.
He
Let's cut that
knows.
part out.
No, we're keeping that in.
$1,000 emergency fund. Baby step number 1.
Great. Baby step number 2 is paying off all consumer debt apart from your mortgage. Baby step number 3, the 3 to 6 month emergency fund. And remember, step 4, 5, and 6 all happen in or at the same time. And that is 15% of your household income into investments, getting your kids' college or university funds sorted. And number 6, paying off your house early so that you can get to number 7, which is to live and give from your wealth. How does that sound, Lige?
That
Living
sounds
and giving.
awesome. Yeah.
That's the goal, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, even during this week, we've been chatting about the final goal of financial success.
Yeah.
It is to give.
Right, yeah. And I was just thinking that this morning is like, man, I know we talked about it a bit last week. Why we want to do it. And for me, yeah, it is to give. To
yeah.
get to a place where I'm able to help people. And yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, when I picture my future, I want to be able, 1, to give to my future generations. I want to give to my children and my children's children. And who knows, maybe my children's children.
Yeah, man. I mean, totally. I mean, it's possible. Like, yeah, man.
Totally is possible.
Setting up that legacy.
And that's exciting. So that the decisions that we make today can impact how they and their financial journey looks.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to go through all of these baby steps on their own.
Right.
Who knows, they could have a head start already.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, that behavior will need to be taught and learnt by them. But imagine them going through university debt-free.
Yeah.
Them already having a property
That's right. Yeah.
to own because of the decisions, the financial decisions we've made now.
Yeah, we can set up like a platform for them to be able to bounce off and already have a leap into life.
Yeah, that's right. I like to picture that platform like a trampoline.
Yeah.
Just set up a trampoline for them to jump and go way higher than we ever did.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
the goal, man.
It's all about the decisions that we make now. We can do that.
Absolutely. What else did we discuss last week? We discussed
Spending habits.
spending habits. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The good, the bad,
Yes.
the ugly.
And the ugly, the very ugly. The KFC coupons ugly. How are those spending habits going, Lige?
A lot better than last week. A lot better than back in the day.
Not back in the day, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been having a look at those KFC coupons this week. They've been tempting, but I've held fast.
Yeah, no, that's good.
BK coupons, on the other hand,
Oh, yeah.
they're killing me as well. But luckily, I'm budgeting every dollar, and that's something that we'll come to a little bit later.
Awesome.
But we also talked fridges, Power Star ratings, and other funny things. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed that first podcast. It's great to be back for our second Tall Poppy Chats. And the focus today, our first focus, is going to be budgeting. Oh, yes.
Budgeting. Yeah.
Budgeting. You know much about budgeting?
I haven't actually seriously budgeted. The extent of my budgeting is seeing my paycheck and kind of gauging. Like, honestly, like I'm still, I just haven't looked at it like putting a number aside into savings and allocating this much to petrol, but not actually seriously looking at it and dividing it up. And so that's one thing I need to learn and kind of get into. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about it today. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I'm no expert.
And I mean, let's talk about the first principle of budgeting, because I've been budgeting now for about 6 or so months, and it's completely and radically changed my financial life.
Right.
Sounds like a self-help program. This will change your life, but it will. Just like the emergency funds give you a goal and a vision to go for, budgeting makes that goal seem closer and more specific than
Right.
before. It gives you a pathway to achieve that goal. Budgeting does. So the first principle of budgeting that I think is really important is assigning every dollar.
Yeah.
Every single dollar. So what does that mean? It means when your paycheck comes in, before your paycheck comes in, maybe at the start of every month, doing a budget every month. So for the month of July, I'm getting paid twice if I'm getting paid fortnightly. How much money is that going to be? Let's just put a round figure on it, like $3,000. I'm going to be paid $3,000 for the month of July. Where is all that money going? Okay, I've got 2 mortgage payments. This money set aside for that. I've got car payments. This money set aside for that. Petrol, groceries. What other expenses do you have? Power, internet, phone. All of those expenses are listed down and deducted from your paycheck.
Right.
And at the end of all of those budgeting items, which you can find really great budgeting apps out there for this. You've got Money Manager, Expense and Budget. I'm just looking on Google Play right now. That's right, I have an Android. I just exposed myself for the frugal man I am.
I'm sorry, man.
Hey man, I love Android. I've never been happier with a phone. Samsung Galaxy S10, I'm plugging that.
Good on you.
Yeah, thanks man. Thanks boys. Always so supportive. So Money Manager, Expense and Budget. Monthly budget planner and daily expense tracker. Wallet, finance tracker and budget planner. Good budget, budget and finance. Budget car rental, that's not one. Spendy budget and expense tracker. You have so many free apps out there to budget. And what it does, it gets your eyes and mind focused on where your money is actually going.
Right.
So that when your paycheck comes in, it's not up to your personal, how you're feeling that day.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I going to spend it on today? Yeah, sure, I've got all of these expenses to give, but then, what am I going to do with the extra money?
Right, like impulse spending.
Exactly.
And,
It cuts that completely out.
Yeah.
You've budgeted that money. You know where it's going.
Right.
You know which account it needs to go in. And so assigning every single dollar. So get all of those expenses listed and deduct however much that is from your pay. Get every single expense you could ever think of listed and budgeted for. And what I like to do, what me and my wife like to do, is our bank account has several different checking accounts. So we have one for groceries, one for petrol, one for all of these things, mortgage, bills and loan funding account. We have all of these accounts. And what that does, it helps come pay time, we simply take it from the everyday account and assign it to one of those accounts. That's correct.
Yeah, you've showed me that, and that was really cool to see because you're being super intentional with where every dollar is going.
Yeah. And I think that's a good word. You're being intentional.
Yeah.
You're not allowing your emotions or your impulses to guide you.
Well, it's like having the mindset of actually wanting to save and grow in wealth, and like you can leave it up to chance.
Yeah.
And actually and kind of just intend to save kind of thing. But I can one thing I need to do is actually sit down and look at my income and do what you're doing and assigning every dollar, because in that way it's being intentional and actually putting in the work to grow financially.
That's absolutely correct. And I mean, as I said before, it shows you the path to grow financially. It shows you the ability you have to do that. And so after you've listed and tracked all the bills you need to pay, everything you need to pay, maybe even set aside spending money, all of that sort of stuff, everything you could ever need to pay from a paycheck.
Right.
Then my question is, what are you doing with the rest of the money?
Yeah, true.
My wife and I got to the point where we had all this big lump sum of money left over after every pay. And because we hadn't budgeted it, we were like, whoa.
Right, it looks good. Like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, we've got this major amount of money now. What should we do with it? Should we go spend it? Let's split it up and go and spend this money.
Right.
And that's where the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps and budgeting work hand in hand. Number one, we didn't have something to work towards. We didn't have the $1,000 emergency fund to work towards.
Right.
So we didn't have that understanding of where that money could go.
Yeah.
And two, we were leaving it up to chance how much money we actually had left after we'd paid all of our bills.
True.
So it was just kind of a weird little
So now what do you, if you don't mind my asking, what do you do with some of that leftover?
Well, it goes towards the baby step we're on. So if we're on the $1,000 emergency fund, if we've had to fork out a bit of money for an emergency, then we top up that emergency fund again.
Yeah.
So if we're on baby step 1, all of that leftover money, all of it, goes into that $1,000 emergency fund to get it set up as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So that we can go into baby step 2. If we're on baby step 2, all of that leftover money goes towards the consumer debt that we have.
Right.
And what that does, if you have, say, $700-800 left in that account at the end of it, and you're budgeting and you've still got $800, you're like, oh, where's this going to go? It's going to go to my car payment.
Right. Yeah.
We're just going to smash that out. We're going to go after that debt with a vengeance. If you're on that emergency fund, it's going to go towards that emergency fund. And all of the events in life should already be budgeted for. So if you have birthdays coming up, that's been an absolute pain. We didn't have birthdays within our budget
Right.
over this past month, and there's already been a couple of birthdays. So that's been we were gutted about that. We were like, no, we forgot to budget for them, so we've just got to take it from other accounts, and that feels bad. But it's a matter of self-discipline. I think at the end of the day, the majority of it is having a goal. What baby step are you on? And then assigning every dollar to achieve that goal as quickly as possible. That's it. And I mean, budgeting shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be, but we tend to make it a little bit harder than it should be.
Right. Yeah. True.
It's actually quite a simple principle of assigning every dollar to where it should be going, and just doing that.
Yeah.
It should be a pretty simple principle.
Yeah. And it's simple, but it's so vital.
It is really vital. And I mean, it's just like the 7 baby steps in the sense that if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't know about budgeting and you don't know why it's important, you won't do it. But if you're listening to this now, I hope that part of you wants to find out why it's so important. So you go and seek that information. You search it up. Should I have a budget on Google? Or you listen to a Dave Ramsey podcast or another financial guru's podcast and just listen to why it's so important to budget every dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like here on Tall Poppy, we talk about like starting a business and thinking of ways to create money, to make money and to earn money.
Yeah.
But what you do with that money is just as important as the actual process of attaining that.
That's absolutely true. And I guess in Tall Poppy Project is about being there for those people who don't have those mentors there in life to show them the way with finances. One, with starting a business. We want to inspire people to get out there and become entrepreneurs, start their businesses with their amazing ideas that they have, start charities to help those people in need, become local heroes, become mentors, become visionaries. We want to inspire those people to do that. But I guess Tall Poppy wants to be there for those people who don't have anyone at home or around them. Maybe they're not connected into a local church. We want to be there for those people to inspire them to do this and to give them the information they need to do it in life.
Yeah.
We want to be there for those people. Because, I mean, me growing up, and I'm sure you're the same, Lodge. Maybe not. But me growing up, I didn't have any sort of financial mentor.
Right.
Growing up, I grew up and I just didn't think about any of this. I knew you were meant to go to university, get a good degree, and get into a well-paying job.
Yeah.
So that you could buy a house and be wealthy.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of what my financial knowledge was.
Right. Yeah.
But
There's
I
no
didn't
practical knowledge.
Exactly. I didn't know how to get there.
Yeah. That's right. It's almost like it's like you see the movie, but you don't see behind the scenes. That you can only, you know what I mean? It's like it's all the behind the scenes of how to actually get it. You have no idea how, and that's what we want to show people. Is to actually the behind the scenes, the know-how.
Come on, that's amazing. I love that.
Thanks, man.
I love that. We want to be stagehands.
Yeah.
We want to be boom boys. We want to be getting the coffee for the director.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I guess we want to be working behind the scenes as well to help those people. And I mean, that takes us perfectly into the next segment I had planned for today, which is inspirations in life.
Yeah.
How important it is to have an inspiration in life, to have a role model. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gigantic. And I mean, financially, I probably have one big mentor who just inspires me daily to become a better version of myself financially and as a person as well. And that's
Right.
a guy called Chris on Instagram.
Chris.
His name's Cashflow Chris.
Cashflow
And I mean,
Chris.
for you, Lodge, he's been
man.
massive in your life
Bro,
as well.
he's been like I guess you could say like a life mentor for like 12 years of my life.
Wow.
And like, yeah, like you were saying in finance, but also just in life in general. And yeah, we were talking, he was the kind of guy we were talking about last week who would try to get on.
Yeah.
And it would be so exciting just to get him on and just to share his knowledge with everybody.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think he's an example of somebody who just been super wise with their money.
Yeah.
And like even when I was younger, like just seeing him and almost made me look at money differently, like stuff you can actually have it and build it.
Yeah, because I
and
mean, hearing his story, it's just fascinating as well. I mean, I won't spoil his story because we
Yeah.
want to get him on to tell it. But it pretty much went something like he left high school before he'd fully completed any sort of formal qualification
yeah,
and worked his butt off
bro, yeah,
to gain promotion after promotion after promotion. Started on the bottom tier
yeah,
of a company and worked his butt off. And I mean, he is the most inspirational person I know. If people met him just on the street, they'd think, man, this guy's a faker. He's just
Right, yeah.
he's an absolute faker. Just the bubbly nature he has for life, the love he has for people, and he just wants to motivate people into success.
bro. Let me
Let
give you an example. I read this morning. He put it up, but you get the life you earn, not the life you want. Wake up, work hard at it, and let's get it done for 2020.
Let's get it done for
That's
2020.
That's what he says. But like, I think that's he's saying this stuff, but you know, like he's legit. Like he actually like.
He's living it out.
Yeah, exactly. He's living out. He's practicing what he's preaching. You know what I mean? So like, he's somebody that's definitely inspired me. And you get the life you earn, not the life you want. So you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
And he's somebody that really has put in that work and got the results.
Man.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Chris in their life.
Bro, yeah.
Honestly.
Legit.
Man, how much better would we all be if we had a Chris in our life?
Yeah, man.
Every time we see him, I come away from our meetings inspired.
Bro, yeah.
Because we meet up once a week. We're a part of a church, so we meet up once a week and we have a small group with us lads, and we just come away from those meetings just so inspired. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it done for 2020.
Actually,
Man.
and then that's one day a week, and then what you see on his Instagram, like throughout the week, it's like, dang, and like sometimes it checks you. Sometimes you're like, dang, I should be doing this. You read a post, or sometimes it really inspires you. But I mean, it's good.
Sitting at KFC and you see Cashflow Chris. Cashflow Chris is right. What am I doing now?
I gotta get out of this place.
It ruins my KFC. Ruins my Zinger Burger. I'm eating my Zinger Burger and I watch Cashflow Chris's story. It's like, what are you doing right now to become successful?
Bro, no, you know what it ruins?
Sorry, Chris.
It ruins your comfortability.
Oh,
It ruins your living your life comfortable.
it's so true.
And just accepting second best, like accepting the mundane. And that's what I think he's good at is like some of the stuff he's saying like may sound harsh and actually like, yo, what are you doing? But that's because he wants you to achieve and wants you to become successful.
Yeah.
Which everybody needs somebody like that in their lives.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's a hallmark of a great friend as well.
Yeah.
Someone who's not going to let you just continue down your own path of mundaneness, of comfortability. They're going to call you out and say, no, that's not the right way.
Totally.
Come over here. I've already done it.
Yeah.
I've already done it. Come on, follow me. Work hard, work your butt off. Get it done for 2020. This is how we do it. This is how you become successful.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, now he's still going for it. He's
Yeah,
not done. And that's the most inspiring thing. I look at him, I'm like, so many people could just settle for what he has.
My man's is only in second gear.
Literally, isn't that so scary? Man, what's he going to end up doing? Man, he's going to do crazy things in life. I'd love to get him on and talk about all this stuff. Cause
Bro, we have to.
You'll listen to the podcast and you will go away from it and something will be different about you. You'll just feel inspired. You'll feel inspired and also slightly cut up as well.
Yeah.
It's like it's a surgeon's knife He sprinkles a little bit of sugar on it, on the wounds. Not that makes sense, but he's just like, he cuts you open and does some surgery on you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing here? And then sprinkles a bit of sugar. So, it feels good. We all need a bit of sugar. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Bang.
And
Mary
that takes us to our
Poppins.
next
Mary Poppins.
talking point, Mary Poppins. Just kidding. All right. Inspiration to my life, absolutely, Chris, financially.
Yeah.
Cashflow Chris on Instagram. Go give him a follow. He is
Yeah.
just outstanding. What a financial mentor. And he's getting it done.
Yeah.
He is getting it done. He's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk.
Yeah. I think it shows the importance of also having a vision in your life and seeing like actually where you want to be. And he's someone that I know does have a vision and is gunning for that. You know, it says without a vision, the people perish.
Ooh.
Ooh, come on now. Click your hands. Click your fingers. No. And that's, I think he definitely, he's set on where he wants to be.
Yep.
And he's just doing that
Yep.
and not wasting time.
And imagine the blessing his kids are going to walk into in this life.
Yeah.
I just think about that. Wow. I want to be that kind of dad.
Yeah.
Bringing my children into the world and knowing that I'm going to give them the absolute best shot to succeed in life and get to the point where they're going to be able to bless people and give out of their financial prosperity.
Yeah. Totally.
Financial freedom, right?
Financial freedom, absolutely.
Hard out. Yeah.
I mean, he's living in financial freedom. Almost. No, we've got to get him on. We've got to get him on and talk about this.
Right.
Oh, we've
There
got
is
to get him
a
on.
there's a so for my life, like he'll be a mentor for financial and inspiration in life and stuff like that. But I do have like a business.
Oh, you do?
Inspiration. Like you probably heard of I Love Ugly.
Clothing brand.
Yeah, the clothing brand.
Yeah, okay. Super cool stuff.
Yeah, real cool.
I mean, more trendy than me. I don't wear it because I'm not too fashionable. But it looks cool.
Yeah, well, that's like a business, like seeing their business and something that I've kind of wanted to be like. And I know the guy behind it, Valentin, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, Valentin something. And I know he's all about the business, and they've got like close to 300,000 followers on Instagram or whatever. They're quite big.
Valentin Orzik.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
That brand has been an inspiration for me because you can tell that because they're big, they're successful, got a lot of followers, but they're also more than just a brand. Like his whole thing is like about sharing inspiration to people, and like he almost like gives away his keys that he's learned, and like he always posts up like PDFs full of just knowledge and lessons that he's learned in building a brand, and he gives like those away, and that's been super inspirational. That's partly why I started. I'm wearing Monk.
Yeah, do you want to tell people about it? You started your own clothing line.
Yeah.
That's inspirational.
So Monk is something that I kind of started or kind of wanted to start for a few years when I first started studying graphic design, and so I've just slowly been on the side, just been working away, just starting steps and kind of just been beginning. I'm in the beginning process of just getting things out there, making a few sales here and there, and building that. But one thing, I Love Ugly was a big part. Seeing their stuff and the inspiration behind that kind of got me to start and think, this is attainable win.
So cool.
Kind of thing. So I would, I Love Ugly and Valentin is, and he's doing podcasts and that, and he shares
so cool.
knowledge and gets people on, and I think look them up, support that brand, and I think having those inspirations in your life are necessary.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd love to get him on the
Bro,
podcast.
totally. Yeah, man.
Or do an episode of our Tall Poppy Project videos on him.
Yeah, totally.
How amazing would that be to
get him on the
that,
video, interview him.
to get that inspiration and to get that knowledge on? So I Love Ugly, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
If anyone has any connections to Valentin or any phone numbers they can give us, just
Hit us up.
hook us up, man. Hook us up. We'd love to get him on. That'd be amazing. I love what you said as well. You have a financial inspiration, which is Chris, and then a business inspiration, but also it sounded a bit like a personal growth inspiration as well in Valentin. And that's what I have in a guy called Gavin.
Right. Yeah.
He is my. I thought about this during this week, and Chris is my financial and personal growth mentor, and he's an inspiration for me.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, there was a guy called Gavin, and this was actually when I first became a Christian. Came into church, and this guy called Gavin showed me what it was to be an honorable man.
Right.
Who loved his family, who honored his family, who was steadfast in the way that he went about life and looking to get better and better every day, to become a better person every day. And I mean, I look back on it, and those were vulnerable times for me, where things were topsy-turvy, and he came in. I remember the first time he ever came to pick me up for one of the small group meetings for church.
Yeah.
He pulled up to the house, came to the door, knocked on the door, opened it, and he asked to come in and meet my parents. He introduced himself to my parents. He had a great chat to them. And for me, I was stood there. I was like, wow.
Right.
This
Right.
guy's such an incredible guy. I was like,
Yeah.
he came in. He was probably the first person to show me that you can actually walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Right,
Because before that, I saw people in life and they talked a big game.
Yeah.
They talked a massive game about everything, but I never saw them walk the walk. I never saw them walk out that honor in life.
Yeah.
But everything I saw from Gavin showed me, wow, this is an incredible man. This is a guy who every day looks to lay his life down for his family and his wife. And that inspired me as a young man.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I was like, this is what I want to be like.
True.
And that's we can't lessen the impact those people have on lives. Sure, you have your financial and personal growth inspiration, but just people who are going to be there for you and mentor you in those formative teenage years. It is so important to have a mentor. At school the other day, I was chatting to our deputy principal, and she said her children coming through, she recognized how important it was that in the teenage years, you have someone there for your kids who is going to be an incredible mentor, maybe just outside of the family, just enough removed, so that mentor can lead them through
Right.
those
Yeah.
topsy-turvy years.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's what Gavin was to me.
Right.
So,
That's-
I mean, it's even now it makes my heart warm thinking about it. Just the way he would always come and pick me up
Yeah.
for everything. If
Yeah.
I couldn't get to his places, he'd text me, all right, on my way. Man, just an amazing, amazing mentor, amazing man. And I really hope everyone has the opportunity to have Chris's and Valentine's and Gavin's in their life
Yeah.
to inspire them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That I think in all the people we've talked about, they're one thing that I think of is like they're dudes of substance.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's one thing like that I personally want to have in this, like building a business or whatever, building wealth and that kind of mind frame is to be able to share with others, to be able to bless other people, and just to be somebody with substance.
Yeah. Do you have a mentor, Jackson? Or an inspiration in your life?
I think since I was a boy, a big artistic mentor, Kanye West.
Interesting.
To go from a middle-class guy, had a dream,
Yeah.
and chased it with everything that he had.
Right. Yeah.
You know, he's never stopped doing whatever he wants to do, you know, whether that be music or having a family or creating a clothing line. He has crazy dreams and he chases them with everything he has.
That's incredible.
That's
and I mean,
right.
yeah, just hearing those stories of people coming from the middle class or lower class and chasing after this with all that they are and succeeding in life is absolutely inspirational.
Bro, yeah, because that shows like anybody can do it. Like
Anybody,
as
yeah.
long as you like set your mind, and it's like what we're talking about with Chris. Like Kanye, he had a vision. He's got all these things that he want to do, and all he did was set his mind on that
Yeah.
and went for it, and he didn't stop.
And how I think about it, what's the worst that can happen? You
Yeah.
chase it with all that you are. You go for it, go for it, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? you end up in a better place than you started in.
Right.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
People think, oh, but it's lucky. Those guys just got rich because they're lucky. Sure, there might be a bit of luck, but they worked their butts off for it. They went after it with all of their heart, everything they are, and they achieved their goals. And even if they didn't, I bet there's about 10,000 people who did the same as Kanye but didn't quite reach there. They'll be in a better place than they started out.
Yeah.
They are in a better place for them and their family than they started out. And that is amazing. Good
Yeah.
on them for going after that with all they are. Sure, they didn't maybe make the billions and millions of dollars, but they are in a better place than they started out. And they are trailblazers for their family's success. So
Right,
well
yeah.
done, you.
Yeah.
I think a big part of Kanye's success, because everything that he wanted to do, every door was closed in his face. You know, he wanted to become a rapper. Nobody would get him on. Nobody would sign him. He wanted to start fashion, and he'd go to, you know, he'd go to Gucci, he'd go to YSL, he'd go to all of these big fashion brands. This is around 2013. Nobody wanted him. He was signed to Nike. They dropped him, you know, but he kept working, he kept trying, he kept pursuing it. Then he got signed to Adidas, and he's got the highest grossing shoe company and clothing brand in the world.
True.
Yeezy,
Man.
biggest,
Easy. Just
you
jumped
know,
over.
and all of the other big guys closed the door in his face, but he was persistent.
Yeah,
And he kept going. You know, he could have easily given up.
absolutely.
The difference between him and other people is other people got the door closed in their face, but they just didn't keep going.
Yeah. They saw that door and was like, dang.
You're right there. Your voice
You want to take that again?
They saw the door and they.
Your voice doing all right. He's got a frog in that throat. Come on, let's get it out. Ribbit.
Take three.
Nah, no take three.
No, take three. Yeah. And coming back to that idea of having a mentor, it is so important to have a mentor. It's so important to have a role model in your life that you can look up to and think, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
It does something for you.
Yeah.
It does something in your heart and your spirit where you really just want to work your butt off to attain what they have. And you're just like, man, I look at Chris and I think, man, I just want to work so hard so that I can be in the place he is, where he can just bless people, give, mentor people, inspire people. I want to be in that place.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go after it. People need these inspirations and role models in their life. And that's at the end of the day, you've got to want what that person has. I mean, for us, it's seeing what Chris has and be like, man, we want that. For you, it's seeing what Valentine has and I Love Ugly and be like, I want that. And it has, you said that's inspired you, hasn't it? You
definitely.
really want to attain that success with Monk.
Yeah. Well, it's like using those examples as kind of something to aim towards, not be exactly like them.
Yes.
And kind of, because I still want to be my own thing, but it's like seeing
So good.
that is attainable, and so aiming towards that and using kind of what they have done, what they are offering, the knowledge that they're sharing with people, and kind of using that to build upon my own thing and to build my thing to where they're at, and
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's inspiring, Lige. And I mean, on that vein of inspiration, we've got a new segment on Tall Poppy Chats, and it's called Lige's Corner. Welcome to Lige's Corner. Pull up a chair. Sit down. You ready to be inspired? You want some inspiration? I'm sure I do. Welcome to Lige's Corner.
Hello, come in, take a seat. You're right on time.
The fire's crackling.
You're right. Awesome. That was a great. Thank you for that intro, Alex. That was great. Okay, I want to share a little segment from one of my favorite books of all time, and it was written by a great doctor that we all know and love. Actually, written by Dr. Seuss. And the book is called "Oh, the Places You'll Go," and one of the most inspirational books that I've ever read. And let me just read this. It says, "You have the brains in your head. You have the feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. And I think after all what we've been talking about this morning, having a vision, and you might have a dream for a business idea or where you want to be as a person, stay on that course and have that vision set, and you need to go for that because you are the person that will make that happen. Only you can do it, and you need to be set on that. So go for it, team. Let's get it done.
And that was Elijah's Corner. Pull back your chair, stand up, walk away inspired. Thanks for coming.
Put that chair back, boy.
It's a great new segment, Elijah's Corner. Thank you so much for that, Elijah. I feel inspired.
Thanks.
Oh, the places you'll go.
Yeah, read that book.
Yeah, it is really good. It is really good. I've seen it in some
Yeah,
good
it's cool to
uses.
kind of have those little things that just like inspire you.
Yeah, totally. I absolutely agree.
It's a short book. It's only a couple pages.
It's 55, my friend.
55.
It's a lot.
I've got the PDF on my phone.
I must have read the short version of that story.
Wow.
My favorite Dr. Seuss novel or movie, hands down, Cat in a Hat. I think it's the same for many of our generation just because of that Mike Myers movie.
Yeah.
It is so good. Thing
Bro.
1 and Thing 2, Cat in the Hat. Oh, it's just so cool. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah.
What a crazy, crazy movie.
It's a wild movie.
It is
It
absolutely
low-key
wild.
is, eh?
It is. But yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. So thanks for that, Large's Corner. All right. Let's go through our talking points for today, just so you know what we've talked about if you've just tuned in.
Someone who's come onto the podcast and skipped to the 45-minute mark.
If you've done that, I want to call you out right now. What are you doing? Thanks for giving us a listen time, but also get back to the start and listen.
Yeah.
You'll miss out on all this goodness. So number 1, we talked about budgeting. Oh yes, assigning every dollar. List and track all your bills, everything you need to pay. And then what are you doing with the rest? What are you doing with the rest of your money? What are you doing?
Come
Are you
on.
spending it on KFC coupons or BK coupons or McDonald's coupons? Stop it! Stop it!
Cut it out, man.
Self-discipline. Self-discipline. We shared all about budgeting, so get that done this week. That can be your goal this week. If you want to have one goal this week, budget well. Budget well, people. One goal, at least to improve yourself in the area of budgeting. Don't come back to this podcast next week and be in the same position as you were the week before. Stop it. Stop.
Stop it.
Number 2, we talked about our inspirations, which was awesome. Cashflow Chris, we've got to get him on to share his
follow him on
inspiring story.
Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram.
At cashflow.chris.
Yeah, come on.
Come on now.
That was a high
five.
five. Yeah. So Cashflow
Jackson.
Chris. High fives all around, man. This is how much she inspires us. So Cashflow Chris, we've got to get him on to share his inspiring story and what he's up to now. He could be a recurring guest. I'd love to have him on so much.
Yeah, man.
So Cashflow Chris, and also for me, a personal mentor, Gavin, and for Lige,
Valentine, what's his name?
Valentine
Or
Ozek.
Yeah.
The
sorry,
founder of
man. If
I
you're
Love
listening
Ugly.
to this, we're so sorry. But yeah, the I Love Ugly, the whole team.
Yeah, you have so much respect for him, though, and I know that you talk about him lots, and that's awesome,
Yeah,
man. That's so inspiring that you're inspired by him. And we talked about the importance of having a mentor, how important that is, and for Jackson, a big mentor in the arts was Kanye, just because he never stopped, and that's inspiring as well. Just the fact that he never stopped,
Yeah.
he kept on going.
Yeah.
So the importance of having a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, I would encourage you. Number 1, just connect into your local church. There are so many inspiring people who want to mentor you,
Yeah.
people who want to lay down their life for you in those places.
Yeah.
Or 2, if there is someone who inspires you, look to connect with them. I mean, if it is someone from maybe your mate's dad, look to connect with them more. Look to ask them more questions. If it is Tall Poppy Chats, if it is Tall Poppy Project, tune in.
Flick us an email.
Flick us an email. Flick us a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let us know how we've inspired you. If we can do anything for you, we want to do that. If you're listening and you're in a place where this is really helping you out, this is the financial mentorship you needed, flick us a message. We'd love to do
right.
more for you.
Yeah.
We
Because that's
love
our
to-
goal
Yeah,
at the end of the day is
absolutely.
for the people and for showing them how they can achieve their dreams and any help. Yeah.
Absolutely. And in the next coming weeks, in a couple of weeks, we have our second guest
Announce that, Alex.
announcement.
Yeah.
It is coming in a couple of weeks, our second guest announcement. So make sure you stay tuned for that big news on the second guest announcement. This person and this charity
Yeah.
is outstanding, and we're so blessed that we get to put the spotlight on this person and this charity. I'm really excited for the video
same.
that's going to come.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited. So stay tuned for our second guest announcement. Our first guest, of course, the Dried Flower Co. Awesome interview, awesome video. I mean,
Yeah. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it because there's some great keys in that video.
whoa! I had a dream last night.
Really? Tell us.
Come
on, man.
I had a dream that someone. It's kind of sad. I had a dream that a random hacked into our YouTube account and posted a random video reacting to one of our videos. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's coming back. That's a nightmare. Bro. Oh my
Bro, I had
gosh.
this dream last night.
Oh my gosh, it's actually all just flooded back.
Yo,
this
what
is
happened?
a nightmare,
Walk us
bro.
through.
All right, so this guy reacted to our first video and was ripping it to shreds.
Dang.
And he got 1.2 million views.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
That's a nightmare.
any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, and I was like, I pictured me logging into the Tall Poppy account and typing a comment on his video saying, "Thanks so much for the feedback, bro. We'll take this into account for next time." Oh my gosh, that is horrific. What a nightmare. Ah. Oh my gosh.
Woke
all
up
right.
with the sweats.
So if you're out there and wanting to do a reaction video,
We encourage you, please.
but yeah, woo, that brought all those memories back
Wow.
from last night. Dreams can be
That
crazy
happens.
sometimes.
He's visually ready. He's
Bro.
Oh my gosh. Back of my knees are sweaty.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Spaghetti already.
But yeah, head on to our YouTube channel, and this will be on Spotify as well. And as soon as it is on Spotify, we will announce it.
Follow us on Instagram, Tall Poppy Project, all one word.
Yeah, and you can find us on all social media platforms apart from TikTok and Snapchat at Tall Poppy Project. So YouTube, Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook. Those are our main platforms. Of course, YouTube is the main platform where we post everything. We post all the content. But Spotify as well, Tall Poppy Project. And our first podcast will be up there as well. Give that a listen if you haven't. Anything to add before we go?
Yeah, no. No, really, man, just get it done. I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for this week to come, and especially learning about budgeting. I'm gonna look into that a lot more because I've
That
dabbled.
inspires me, bro. That
I've dabbled.
inspires me. You've
Yeah.
dabbled.
I have dabbled, but I think
You've played around with it.
yeah, I played around. And kind of the principles have been in my mind when looking at income. But like, I think what you were saying about actually assigning every dollar and being intentional with your money and your spending, don't let it go to chance because you need to put in the work. You get where you earn, not what you want. You get to... What was it?
You get what you earn. You get the life you earn.
You
No.
get the life you earn, exactly, not the life you want. So in all aspects, earning money and what you do with that money is so important.
Absolutely. And thanks for that inspiration, Lige. Jackson, anything to add before we go?
No.
Come on, that's inspiring. Yeah, come on,
Awesome.
bump it up.
Yeah, bump it up.
And my last little rant for the day will be get it done for 2020. A la Cash Flow Chris. Get that budget started. Learn more about your budget. Get those inspirations started. Get those mentors happening.
Yeah.
It's important to have a mentor. Get those 7 baby steps started if you haven't. Come on.
Wow.
You've got to do it. And that is Tall Poppy Chats episode 2 all done.
Tall
Thank
Poppy
you for joining
Project.
us today. Join us next week for Tall Poppy Project Chats number 3. Have a great week, everybody. Stay well, be successful. Tall Poppy Projects, yes, baby.
Top Puppy Projects, yes, baby. My Top Puppy Projects, yes, baby. My
Top Puppy Projects, yes, baby. And Top Puppy Projects, yes, baby.
You can be my Top Puppy.
Projects, yes, baby. My Top Puppy Projects, yes, baby.
Turn it up. Get up on the dance floor and dance with me.
It up, yeah.
Top
Pump it
Puppy
up.
Projects.
Pump it up.
Show me your best dance move.
Come on, pump it up. Pump it up.
Top Puppy Projects.
Project. See you later.
Bye for now.